So I'm going to kind of go over just a basic animal guide in Echoes of the Plum Grove. Um, so to get animals, you have to have a barn for the cow, pig, goat, and sheep. And for the goose and the chicken, you have to have a coop. So those are separate buildings that you have to make separately. This is an upgraded barn, so I could have, I think, up to 8 animals. Um, when you first make just the basic barn or coop, you can only have 4 animals. Any combination, you can have 4 cows, you can have one of each, you can, but it doesn't matter as long as you don't exceed 4. When you upgrade, you can have 8 of any combination. Um, to build your coop or barn, you have to have one of the carpenters build it. So if you go to the carpenter, there'll be an option to build. When you click on it, it'll show you all the things you can build. You can upgrade your house, you can build the coop, you can upgrade, all those things. And it tells you what supplies you need in order, what resources you need in order to build them. So, you'll need wood, you'll need stone, you might need bricks, you might need iron bars and straw and stuff like that. So just kind of make a note of what you need, and then that way, once you have all of it, have it in your inventory. Go back to them. Make sure you have enough money for it also, and then they'll build it for you, and it'll take a day or so for them to build it. Once it's built, you can go over to the Bailey farm, and he sells the animals. So every day is different. He may or may not have the animal type you want on a certain day. He might only have young animals, and if those don't produce products until they're adults. But sometimes he has adults, sometimes he has young. He has all the animals, and then he also has the equipment you need to gather the animal products. So for the cow and the goat, you need the milking pail. So if you highlight it and go to your animal and just click on the animal, you'll get your milk. Same thing with the goat. You just click on it and you'll milk the goat. Um, you're able to get milk from these animals every day. The sheep, I found you can only get wool every other day. With that, you need the sheep shears. And same thing, you just highlight it and click on the animal. The pigs produce rot, like compost, that you put in your compost bin. So if you just click on the pig, you just gather that and it goes in your inventory. You don't need any special equipment to get that from the pig. You can also pet your animals by clicking on them. And by doing that, you raise their qualities. So they start off in your house as bronze. And the more love and affection you give them, and as long as they're fed, those stars will go from bronze to silver to gold. You're more likely to get better product from them with the higher level. And then also, if you enter them in the Harvest Festival contest, one of your animals, if they're an adult and they're gold status, then they're more likely to win that competition as well. The coop here, you can have a goose or a chicken. And same thing with them, you can pet them. I just got this goose, so it's still bronze level. But you can pet them. And then if you have space in your coop, the chickens could actually give you babies. Um, and so neither of them are pregnant. So if either of them were pregnant, in this section here, there'd be a little stork with the little handkerchief thing indicating that they're pregnant. And you'd come into your coop and there'd just be a little baby here. So you can either keep the babies, you can sell them, you can raise them and harvest them for meat if you wanted to. You do have to make sure you go to your troughs in either area. Oh, geez, my animals are in the way. Let me move them out of the way so I can actually get here. So if you click on the trough, that's where you collect your eggs from your chickens and your goose. And then you also have to make sure there's straw in there too, because they just auto feed. You can have up to 99. So you just click on it in your inventory and it moves it over. So, I only have 2 animals. So for the next 50 or so days, as long as they're the only 2 animals, I don't have to worry about refilling that. But check it often because it is easy to lose track, especially if you have like four or more animals, it goes really fast. But same thing, their trough, you can see how much you have there. So that's a general guide on animals and kind of raising the animals here. If you wanted to butcher your animals for meat, that would be done by the butcher. So you can either go to the butcher's shop in town, or if you happen to run into the butcher on the street, you can, when you click on them and interact, one of the options is to butcher, and then it lets you pick what animal you want to butcher for meat. Yeah, that's the basics of having animals on this game. Oh, and one other thing. So I don't have a fenced in area. Um, Sometimes your animals don't, they come out during the day and they wander your farm. I've come back to my farm before and my animals, I'm missing one or all of them, and I thought maybe they ran away. Um, Come to find that sometimes they just don't come back in the barn that night, so they're either somewhere on your property asleep, or the next day they come back, so they don't run away. I did fence in my barn area on a previous gameplay, but my goat opened the gate and walked out anyway. So I don't know if fences actually matter when it comes to containing your animals. They didn't contain mine the one time, so just don't panic if you come back and they're just not there. So yeah, so that's the basics. That is it.